Hi, my name is Frank Licata from Andover, Massachusetts. And in the summer of 2015, I became actively involved as a volunteer with the Trump presidential campaign, performing many tasks such as ground game activities, live rally events where we had tens of thousands of people, and also some smaller events, call centers, door knocking, and the like. On several occasions, I spent some time speaking with our great president-to-be, and I also met his amazing family too, such as his eldest children, Don Jr., Ivanka, and Eric. I also met with many of the campaign's political surrogates and other well-known Republicans, such as Reince Priebus, Jeff Sessions, Rudy Giuliani, and many more. I had some pretty amazing behind-the-scenes access, much of which I documented on my grassroots effort called New England for Trump, which has about 50,000 followers across several platforms and was recognized by the campaign's social media director. After being a daily fixture on the Stump for Trump, eventually I was brought into the circle of trust where 100% loyalty is expected. I quickly learned that loyalty is number one, and I also quickly learned how to spot who was loyal and who was disloyal by separating people into three categories: those that were with us, those that were pretending to be with us, and those that were against us. The middle category, the pretenders or the fake Trumpers, is one that I want to touch on briefly, and specifically one person, and that is State Rep Geoff Diehl, who I met and initially seemed like a nice guy and so forth. I didn't know too much about him. But as I got to learn about why he was there and what he was doing, the less I liked him, and I'm going to get into that in just a moment. So towards the ends of 2015, my volunteering efforts migrated from New Hampshire to Massachusetts, where a new primary campaign operation was established in Littleton under then State Director Dean Cavaretta, who hired Bonnie Johnson as his field director and later applied to the New York National Headquarters for a couple of co-chairs, Geoff Diehl along with Charles Malo. But the applications were not approved by the national campaign because they were preparing to actually close down Littleton shortly after it opened, specifically because some serious issues regarding Bonnie Johnson, who acquired private campaign data, essentially supporters' email addresses and names, people that had gone online to RSVP for a Trump rally and they put in their information. Those people were suddenly getting junk email from Bonnie Johnson's first PAC called Make Mask Great, which Geoff Diehl was helping to promote. Dean was quietly dismissed right after Super Tuesday and the Littleton office was closed, but Geoff continued to falsely represent himself, to misrepresent himself as a co-chair, while he helped Bonnie promote her PAC on several occasions, such as when he slipped us this red PAC banner while we were sent to hold the blue 20K Dems banner. So he took the opportunity to sneak in the PAC one, which was kind of a dirty deal, if you will. You know, he pulled a fast one on us. So I started to realize pretty quickly what was going on. So that PAC was closed down, but the email list was still in the possession of Bonnie Johnson for her second PAC that she would create called Deal Her Out, a PAC against Liz Warren. And it was also in the possession of Geoff Diehl's campaign. Both the PAC and the campaign were still spitting out junk email addresses to people that signed up for Trump activities. Massachusetts operations were then back up and running with a new office in Hudson, Massachusetts, under the direction of Vincent DeVito, the state chairman and the only chairman approved by the campaign. Let me be specific on that. There were no co-chairs. There was just the one chair, Vincent DeVito. Attorney DeVito is now actually part of the Trump administration, advising the Secretary of the Interior Department. Fast forward to October 6, 2016, about a month before the general election, Trump was holding a small town hall style rally in New Hampshire. Howie Carr served as the host. On Facebook, I questioned Geoff Diehl about some pictures that were taken in the VIP room, showing him with what appeared to be a very upset Donald Trump refusing to shake Jeff's hand. Not to mention the disapproving look on Chris Christie. There were others in the room that seemed nervous, like the nail biter, as well as Howie Carr and Corey Lewandowski, who you see here. Some say that Geoff was not invited, that he snuck in with his pal, Howie Carr. Folks questioned why he left after the VIP room and did not stay for the actual event. So I simply asked Geoff, why is Trump poking you in the chest? And he looks mad. So Geoff answered me on Facebook here. Here's the screenshot before he took it down. He has a hasty excuse here of what happened. It's a made-up story, really. When he realized he got caught, he took it down, but I saved it. And he attached a picture of what he called a handshake. I don't think he looked at the picture that he sent before he sent it. It's obviously a fake Photoshop picture, because when we zoom in, it becomes very clear that Geoff sent a falsified picture where Geoff seems to be shaking Donald's elbow, and Donald Trump has two left hands. So obviously not a good Photoshop job by Geoff Diehl. I knew this would be a problem, so I contacted somebody that sent it to a forensics laboratory called Tech Fusion. They are a reputable forensics lab that worked on cases such as the Hernandez case, 9/11, Deflategate, Boston Marathon bombing, you name it. They have a very lengthy resume, and they went over these pictures, and their analysis is that Geoff Diehl faked a handshake with Donald Trump. Not good. I mean, that might seem trivial or funny, but let me tell you, falsifying the intentions of the most powerful man in the world is not at all a funny thing. It's not trivial. It's not funny. It's wrong. So in closing, let me summarize. Geoff Diehl lied about his title. Geoff Diehl benefited from stolen digital property. And Geoff Diehl faked a handshake with the President of the United States of America. Folks, if Geoff Diehl can't be loyal to the candidate that he claimed to represent, then how can he possibly be loyal representing Massachusetts?
While we're on the break, can you answer a question for me, please? Yeah, Howie, you recognize me from the campaign, right? Because I've been to every single event. Okay, you did. I think, for example, Elizabeth Warren might bring up the fact that Geoff Diehl was not actually a co-chair for the Trump campaign.
He cares about that. He cares about that.
Yes, I do. Well, it's going to come up.